Welcome to the video, guys. We are back yet again with another Premier League prediction. This week is Premier League Game Week 11. I would have worn a football shirt today because obviously these football videos are about football, so it's only fair if I wear a football shirt. But it is very, very cold outside, so it's getting freezing right now. See, right now I'm in my back garden, but look at this. So yeah, so it's so cold outside, so it's only fair to then do it in a jumper. So yes then guys, how are you doing? We are back again with another football prediction. This week there's quite a few matches happening. Obviously you got the weekend, then you got Tuesday and Wednesday, and then you got the weekend again. So you got like 3 matches in the space of like a week and a half. So last week your boy got 2 correct scores and we are going up in the world. So yes then guys, if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe not right there. Without further ado, let's get straight in with today's Game Week 11 prediction. Kicking us off this weekend is Brentford versus Brighton. Brentford lost 5-1 to Newcastle at the weekend, so not a great score for them. They got hammered second half, but yeah. And Brighton lost 1-0 to Spurs. They lost, but only by 1-0, so not too bad for Brighton. I didn't think Brentford would lose 5-1 to Newcastle, but there we have it. Newcastle are looking a decent size, so fair play to them. So yeah, I do think though Brighton will bounce back this weekend and win this game. I've seen a lot of rumours right now that Danny Welbeck is apparently set to be called up for the World Cup squad for England. I know it's early days, but there's so many articles right now saying Southgate is looking at Danny Welbeck for the World Cup. It'd be crazy for Danny Welbeck, man. He ain't played for England for so long, so you know what? Danny Welbeck does not score many goals for Brighton, but every time Brighton have an attack, he is always involved in that attack. So far, he's had no injuries. Danny Welbeck is very prone to injuries, so if you keep Danny Welbeck fit for the season, they could really bounce high up in the league. So, but you know what though, guys? I do think Brighton will beat Brentford. You know what? I'm going to say a 2-0 win for Brighton. That is right, guys. Brighton to beat Brentford 2-0. Next game we have, your boys going to, it's Leicester versus Crystal Palace. That is right, guys. Your boys going down to the King Power this weekend to watch Leicester versus Palace. And Leicester right now currently bottom of the league. Not looking good for Leicester right now. So Palace on the other hand beat Leeds 2-1. So good point, good win for Palace that is. So yeah, so Leicester right now, guys, are currently bottom of the table, and it really, really hurts me right now. You know what? I can't see Leicester getting out of the relegation zone. You know, I can't see them surviving this season. If they do, it's going to be a miracle. But every time Leicester and Palace play, Palace always come away with the results. So I can't really see Leicester getting anything out of this game. But you know what? I do think Leicester will come out this weekend and somehow redeem themselves, because Leicester lost to Bournemouth 2-1 at the weekend. What a bad result for them. Bournemouth on the other hand though, doing well, so I'll get to turn in a bit. But yeah, Palace always give Leicester a great game, and Palace won at the weekend against Leeds, so that could really boost their, confidence going into this game. But Leicester are playing at home this weekend at the King Power. Just on that reason, Leicester or Palace will not win, but I think it's going to be a draw, guys. That is right. I think Leicester and Palace will be a 1-1 draw, so good point for both teams. How long does Rodgers have left? It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time, surely. It's only a matter of time, surely. So that's right, guys. So Leicester, Palace to draw 1-1. Next game we have is Fulham versus Bournemouth. That is right. Fulham lost at the weekend to West Ham 3-1. That's 2 losses in the row now. So Bournemouth on the other hand, guys. Can we just talk about Bournemouth right now? Beating Leicester 2-1, went 1-0 down to Leicester and came back to win 2-1. So last 5 games has drawn 3, won 2, and right now they're currently 8th place in the table with 12 points. What a season for Bournemouth, man. You know what? I really slated Bournemouth before the season started. Not signed enough players, not signed good enough players to survive the season. But so far, I know it's early days, but so far they are really looking the business. Since since O'Neill has took over from Scott Parker, he has really got on playing some good stuff. So fair play, man. Does he get the full-time job? We shall find out. But you know what? So far he deserves it. So you know what though? Fair play to the boy, man. 8th place in the table right now, 12 points. So man, just on form alone, I'm going to say Bournemouth to win. First time I predicted them to win this season. So there you go, Bournemouth fans. You got a win from me. So that is right. I think Bournemouth will win 1-0 against Fulham. Next game we have is Wolves versus Nottingham Forest. Wolves lost to Chelsea 3-0, and again they're having trouble scoring. Wolves can't score goals. That will really kick them down to the Championship next season. So I do fear for Wolves this season, no man. I do fear for Wolves. See how they get on, but so far not looking good. Not scored enough goals for my liking. So Nottingham Forest on the other hand drew 1-0 to Aston Villa on Monday night. So right now that's took them off the bottom of the table. Leicester are right in there now. So yeah, this draw against Aston Villa has ended their 5-game loss streaks. Wolves and Nottingham Forest are both in the relegation zone. So this could, whoever wins this game will be out of the relegation zone. So a big game. But I do think Wolves will win this game. I do think Wolves will win this game. I don't know, it's going to be a close one, but so your boys only predicted a 1-0 win for Wolves. That's right, guys. Wolves to win 1-0 against Nottingham Forest. Next game we have is Spurs versus Everton. Spurs beat Brighton at the weekend 1-0 and Everton lost to Man United 2-1. So Everton's loss ended a 5-game unbeaten streak. They're coming 12th in the table with 10 points. So you know what? Not great, but not bad at all. So fair play to Lampard and the Everton for doing better than last season already. So Spurs on the other hand beat Brighton 1-0. So good win for Spurs right there. That win puts Spurs in 3rd place, 4 points behind the leaders Arsenal. So for that reason, I think Spurs will win this game. Close game though, very close game indeed. I think Spurs will win 2-1 against Everton. That is right. So that's right, guys. Spurs to win 2-1 against Everton. Next game we have is Aston Villa versus Chelsea. Villa drew on Monday night against Nottingham Forest 1-1. So good point for Aston Villa right there. Villa are drawing quite a few games, which only puts them in 16th place in the league table this season. The team that Villa have, they should be a lot higher than 16th place. So yeah, Chelsea on the other hand beat Wolves 3-0. You know what? Chelsea right now have some mojo about them. You know, they're playing some very solid football right now. You know what? Graham Potter has really done well already. So yeah, I know it's early days for Potter yet. I know it's still early days for Graham Potter, but so far, you know what? They are looking at a completely different side. They're looking at a completely better side since Graham Potter took over from Thomas Tuchel. So you know what? Chelsea could be onto something. Chelsea could be onto something this season. Aubameyang, you know, looking good, scoring a few goals. So maybe Aubameyang could be their saviour to the season with scoring goals. So we'll find out how their season plans are. But so far, Graham Potter is proving a good purchase from the Chelsea new owner. So fair play. So I think Chelsea will be too strong for Aston Villa. I think they'll win again, actually. So I think they'll win 3-1. That is right, guys. Chelsea to beat Villa 3-1. Next game we have is Leeds versus Arsenal. Leeds lost to Palace 2-1 at the weekend, and Arsenal beat Liverpool 3-2. So Arsenal right now are top of the table in the Prem. So you know what? They are definitely right now title contenders. Trust me, guys, they're title contenders this season. I never thought I'd see Arsenal competing. I know it's only 10 games in, but I just got a feeling this season that Arsenal will do some business this season. You know what? Who would have thought, hey, seeing Arsenal compete for the title after all the years I've had, you know, finishing 5th, finishing 6th, you know. So it's nice to see Arsenal actually competing with Man City, because right now, if Arsenal were competing with Man City, I think Man City will be walking away with this league already in 10 games in. So I'm pleased Arsenal are giving Man City a good run for their money. So yeah, Arsenal, man, are looking a completely different side to what they did in the last 3 or 4 seasons. So I am rooting for Arsenal to win the league this season. I just don't want Man City to win the league again. So far, man, Arteta and the Arsenal boys have really got something going for them. So fair play, man. It's crazy because I said to you before, Arsenal board were looking to sack Arteta last season, but they stuck with him, and it is proving a good thing to do. So I think Arsenal will beat Leeds 2-0. That's right, guys. Arsenal again to win 2-0. Next game we have is Man United versus Newcastle. Man United beat Everton 2-1 at the weekend. Let's just talk about that Rashford goal, by the way. That Rashford goal should have counted. I'm sorry, but VAR, man, needs to be scrapped. How the hell was that handball, man? It was not handball, so very harsh on Rashford right there. Newcastle beat Brentford 5-1, so both teams are coming away with the win right now. So Newcastle, man, are looking good. Newcastle are looking great this season. They are 6th place in the league with 14 points. Newcastle are far too good to finish at the bottom table, you know. They are far too good. They've got the crowd, they've got the stadium, they've got the support, they've got the chairman now. Have Newcastle fans right now got something to cheer about? So I think you have. I think this will be a draw, guys. That's right. I think Man United and Newcastle will end as a 2-2 draw. That is right. Man United and Newcastle to end as a 2-2 draw. Next game we have is Southampton versus West Ham. That is right, guys. Your boy predicted a 4-0 loss to Southampton against Man City, and I got that score right. Man City won 4-0. So that is right. Your boy got one right. Finally, the manager was about to get sacked, but I don't think you can sack him after the Man City game, because say Man City are just world class. So it'd be harsh for the Southampton board to sack the manager, because obviously, you know, it's against Man City, so it's going to be a tough game anyway. So Southampton could be in trouble. They've signed so many youngsters this season on loan as well, so I think Southampton have one of the youngest teams in the Premier League this season, so that could really play a part in their survival this season. But I'm not too sure, but so far not looking good for Southampton at all. Not looking good for them at all. West Ham on the other hand beat Fulham 3-1, so good win again for West Ham. They're looking a much better side now than they did at the start of the season. So I do think West Ham will be too strong again for Southampton. So I predict a West Ham to win. That's right. I think West Ham will win 2-0, guys. So that's right. West Ham to beat Southampton 2-0. Oh boy! The last game of the weekend is a big one. It's Liverpool versus Man City. Liverpool lost 3-2 to Arsenal at the weekend. That puts them 10th place in the table with 10 points. So, you know what, guys? Not a great season for them at all. Trent is looking all over the place. Trent should be high up the pitch for me. I think if Trent was in a better position, I think if Trent was in centre mid, it'd be a much better player, because say Trent can't defend for his life. So, you know, good coming forward. Great free kick taker, great corner crosser, great cross on the ball, but he just can't defend. I think Arsenal's first goal with Martinelli, I think he came out of position a little bit and he like opened up that gap through the middle, and that's what put Martinelli through. So you know what, Trent's awareness of the ball, Trent's awareness is not very good at all. So I think if Trent works on that, he'd be a much better player. But yeah, Liverpool right now, they are getting figured out, guys. Liverpool, I say it right now, Liverpool are getting figured out. Teams know how to play them now. And Salah, same player he was last season. You know what, he looks completely at his depth right now. So yeah, we'll see how that season plans out for them, but not looking good at all. Man City, on the other hand, beat Southampton 4-0, and Haaland yet with another goal. He's only 3 games away from beating Jamie Vardy's 11 consecutive games scored. So Haaland, man, is breaking records already. You know, it's only 8 goals away from last season's Golden Boot winner. So it's just, I think Liverpool will lose again, unfortunately. That's right. I think Man City will be too good for them. I think Haaland will show their defence up. I think Haaland will run their defence ragged. So that is right. So I think, guys, just on that reason, I think the way Haaland's playing right now is unstoppable right now. You know, it's some sort of robot in there, Haaland. Some sort of robot. It's so good. But anyway, I think on that reason, I think Man City will just come out and attack them, and I think that'll make them win. So you know what, guys? I think Man City will win this game 2-0. That is right, guys. Man City to beat Liverpool 2-0. So that is it then, guys. That is the end of my Game Week 11 Premier League predictions. Let me know down below in the comments if you agree with any of my predictions for this weekend. I know you guys are enjoying these videos because you always message me in the comments and also on social media saying that you like watching them. So thank you for the support on this series, guys. So guys, going to end today's video right here. If you haven't enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe if not already. I'll see you guys next week where I visit the King Power to watch Leicester vs Palace. So wish me luck, please. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching today's video. See you next week for a brand new video. Good, and good night. Yeah.